Hey, if you're a dog owner in Pueblo and you're looking for a trainer, you have come to the right place. This is going to be your complete guide to finding the perfect professional to help you and your dog live your best life together in the city.
You know, we all have that dream, right? Taking our dog everywhere with us. Just imagine those nice, calm walks along the historic Arkansas Riverwalk. Or being able to hang out on a downtown patio without any stress. The right training is what gets you there. It really turns those potentially tricky situations into just happy, shared moments.
So, where do you even start? Well, the very first thing is to get a handle on the different training styles and formats out there. That way, you can pick what's really going to work for your dog's personality and, your family's lifestyle. Okay, so the approach that's most recommended these days by far is positive reinforcement. It's humane, it's backed by science, and it's all about rewarding the good stuff, the behaviors you actually want to see. This is how you build a really solid, trusting bond with your dog.
You've also got some choices in how the training actually happens. Group classes, they're awesome for socialization and learning to focus when other dogs are around. Private lessons, on the other hand, are totally tailored to you. They're perfect for tackling those specific issues that pop up at home. And then there are board and train programs, which are like a super intensive, immersive experience.
All right, let's talk credentials. This is important. In Colorado, there's no state license for dog trainers. So how do you know who's legit? Looking at their professional certifications is a really key way to check out their expertise and see if they're committed to ethical training.
So, what are you actually looking for? Well, a certification like CPDTKA, that stands for Certified Professional Dog Trainer, Knowledge Assessed. It's kind of the gold standard. It means they had to pass a tough exam and they have to keep up with their education. Now, if you're dealing with more complex stuff like serious anxiety or reactivity, a credential like CBCCKA shows they have specialized expertise in behavior consulting.
Of course, we have to talk about money. What's this all going to cost? The good news if you live in Pueblo is that professional training here tends to be a bit more affordable compared to, say, the bigger cities up and down the Front Range.
Just to give you a ballpark idea, a single one-hour private lesson in the Pueblo area will usually run you somewhere between $80 and $140. It's a pretty common starting point for getting that one-on-one professional help.
And to give you a wider look at the costs, a typical 6-week puppy class might be between $120 and $200. A more intense 2-week board and train program, that could be anywhere from $1,200 to $2,500. Seeing these averages really helps you line up your training goals with your budget.
Okay, you've done your research, you've found a few trainers you're interested in. Now what? What do you ask them? Honestly, having the right questions ready to go is your best tool for making a confident choice. Let's walk through the must-asks.
First up, and this is the big one, ask about their training philosophy. You can say something like, what's your training philosophy and how do you use positive reinforcement? This question cuts right to the chase. You want to hear a clear commitment to humane, positive methods that feel right to you.
Next, you'll want to ask about their professional background. A great trainer never stops learning, so when you ask about their credentials and how they continue their education, you're really asking about their dedication to staying up to date with the latest science and best practices. And finally, don't forget that training is a team effort. A good trainer doesn't just train your dog, they train you. So ask them how they measure progress and what kind of homework they give owners. Because that consistency you practice at home, that's what really makes the training stick.
All right, now let's bring all this back to real life here in Pueblo. Because knowing the local rules and where to practice is essential for being a confident, responsible dog-owning team out in the real world.
There are really 3 main rules to keep in your back pocket. First, Pueblo has a 10-foot leash law in all public areas. Second, it's a state law in Colorado that all dogs need a current rabies vaccine. And third, just be aware that excessive barking can be considered a nuisance, so being proactive with training on that front is always a smart move.
So when you're ready to get out there and practice your new skills, Pueblo has some great options. The City Park Bark Park is fantastic for working on recall in a safe, fenced space. The historic Arkansas Riverwalk is perfect for practicing leash manners with real-world distractions like bikes and other people. And the trails out at Lake Pueblo State Park, they're awesome for building focus when you're surrounded by all the sights and sounds of nature.
You know, picking the right trainer is really just that first step towards a calmer home and a much richer life with your dog. We wish you the absolute best of luck in your search and in all the adventures you're going to have, enjoying every part of Pueblo with your confident, well-trained buddy right there with you.